4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready, flag, let's go, man. Planning.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From the 29, Winston. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Check three, double three.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Wait, set, 380. 54. 450.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On play action, it's Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up on Levante David. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ready? Wait. Right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but Let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Brady. Rolling to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Ready, black 22. Watch the screen. Check 52.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston going for it all. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is McCaffrey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's McCaffrey. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 42. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Airing it out for Olsen. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. He's coming. He's coming. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 20.
From the gun, Winston. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a play fake. Brady. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Brady now to throw. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Devin White in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Kill, turn up. Slam. Follow.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Under 10. Wait.
They'll try and run for him with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On 1st down, it's Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got it. Watch out. Check the backer. Check the backer. Hey, let's get the person.
Here's Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. They'll run with Barber, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber in the final seconds of the 1st half, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Brady completes it to Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Wait, that play, 20. Shadow. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Chad. Right there.
Now on second and 13. Brady. Open man is Samuel. Complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Again, it's Jones. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Taken at about the 36. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 23 yards the pickup there.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Brady now on 1st down. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got them into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Welcome back now here in London. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter.
Ready? You ready? Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. Flip, flip, flip. Set, set. Check, right.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Taco Charlton able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Third and long for Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Scott Miller with his first career NFL touchdown, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's Brady to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
72. 45, 45. Mike, 45. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Bravo. 45 to Mike. Yeah. 45, 45, Mike, 45. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better. Let's go on. No, 66. Sugar.
Brady going to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now, after the holding call, here's second and 20.
Hey, 66. Get ready. Hey, check my
Now Brady. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now is Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 13.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This for the lead in the final stages. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, check it.
They'll run it with Scarlett. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
At the Buccaneers' 33-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Here we go. Wait, set. Wait, 20. Check my 45. Come on, come on. Wide, get wide. Kill. Pilot, 64, wait. 45 the mic. Alert! Army.
He's back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left. And a field goal would send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point. This will be fielded at the 8.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Shake that. 380. Sugar. Hey, let's get in that hole. Kill. Alert. Kill. Hey.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. First throw of overtime for Brady. Oh, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Brady. Incomplete.
Brady's pass, incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go on. No, 66. Regular. 72.
Here's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. Brady going to go on fourth down. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied.
Ready?
On first down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll go again to Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Jones. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Tampa Bay, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3 and 3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, Just for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savings, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist.